All right, you guys, now we're gonna do ellipse and hyperbola. Again, give me, if I'm a little slow, I just wanted to kind of look at the notes and see what I want to kind of review. So we didn't normally do this long a review in class. All right, so we all know an ellipse. Okay, let's just kind of do a quick review of it. If your ellipse, and we're just gonna stick with it at the origin, if you remember, you can have your ellipse looking like this, or you guys can have your ellipse looking like that. Those are terrible circles, but anyway. This is what they call the major axis. Obviously, it's longer. Major axis, longer. Minor, minor. Okay, so we know that. And then obviously this is your midpoint. So we can kind of just remember, just jot some notes down. Remember your center, which is the midpoint of everything. Okay, major is the longer, I'm not writing that down, axis. Minor is the shorter axis. So here would be, I'm gonna put C for center. You guys should be fine with that. Oh, I didn't wanna do that in that color. C center, C center. Now, remember these guys, the longer ones, there are vertices. Longer ones are vertices. And that is your A value. I don't know why I put it on both, but whatever. Your vertices are your A value, okay? Then you have the distance to you have your co-vertices, which are your shorter. That's our B value. Co-vertices are B value. And then obviously we should all remember your foci is always along your vertice. The foci just attaches to your vertice wherever that goes. I'll just put it longer here and whatever, oopsie, longer here, not a big deal. All right, so we just kind of reviewed those little things. Again, we'll go through it. Remember, A is for vertex, B is for covertex, C is your F. Oh, I see what I did. F, which is your focus, which is your C. This is your C. Remember, you have an A, B, and C. Don't look at that other C. So A goes with vertex, B, covertex. The C goes with your focus. I'm not putting the other one. Now, if you guys remember, if you are along, first of all, you should remember for your ellipse. Okay, I should probably write this down too. So for your ellipse, standard form has to equal 1. That's the main thing, and we also should know for ellipse, it's always going to be in addition. So addition, and it always equals 1. And that's what I was getting confused, sorry, with your other one, your circle. Now, the other thing, the thing that never changes is, try to remember for your ellipse, x squared plus y squared. Oh, I should have done the shift. Oh, whatever. Equals 1. X squared plus y squared equals 1 every single time. Now, what changes underneath is just look at the picture in this case. Who's along the x-axis? The vertice, right? And the vertice is the A. So in this case, it's the A squared goes here. The B squared goes here. Okay, coming over to here. I don't care which one you look at. I would say start with your vertices or whatever you want to. But your vertice is along the Y, so that means your A goes here. Oops, your B goes here. So if you guys can just jot a quick note, A, we can just say again, is distance from, because you obviously need this, center to vertex. Okay, B is the distance from your center to covertex. Just so you guys remember the letters that correspond. And then your C, we could say distance again from center to foci, but remember your formula is, oh God, I don't know what that was, C squared equals, now try to remember this, it's always the opposite. Since it's a plus, this one is A squared minus B squared. People tend to mess it up because you have obviously both where you have a plus and a minus one. Try to remember that your focus is your opposite. Okay, so that's all I want to do for that. I'm trying to think, standard form, I'm not going to do, well, yeah. Remember, for example, we'll do one fast one. So I'll do one of each type of problem. I just think ellipse is a little bit more. All right, so if I want you guys to identify the key points. Oh, that was the other thing. Your key points for, I'll write it at the end. Remember myself, I know it. Okay, so if you have 25x squared plus 4y squared equals 100. All right, so first thing, could it be a circle? No, because I cannot divide these x squared and y squared by the same number to make them equal 1. Remember, circle has to equal 1. So this must be an ellipse. So again, write that down. Your circle, your x squared must be 1, your y squared must be 1. Not happening here. So, and an ellipse, it must equal 1. So always just look at what you're dividing this guy by. So you got that? So we have x squared over 4 plus y squared over 25 equals 1. Okay, so the key points here, pretty simple. This one, your center is 0, 0. You don't have to do anything. Okay, vertex. Well, your vertex is, again, write your notes, the large number. Oh my God, I forgot the E. So in this case, that's your vertex. This guy is your vertex. So like even I have to do a review of this, you guys. It's an a squared. So I know that it's the y, so 0, 5, and 0, negative 5, which means my covertice, which is that, must be 2, 0, negative 2, 0. And then your foci, well, the foci, we all know it's for the vertice, follows your vertice. You should know that from the other one. I'm not writing that again. Foci always follows the vertice, and we sit here and find it. So we take your a squared minus your b squared. C squared equals 21. So C equals rad 21 and negative rad 21. So that should be fine. If I ask you to sketch it, I mean, you guys should be fine sketching. We'll do a quick little sketch. I'll just do it here. Center 0, 0, you're gonna go 5, you're going negative 5, go a little smaller, 2, oops, negative 2. And show me you did that. All right, so that one's done. Trying to think. I'll do one writing an equation where you're not at the origin. Now, for this guy, there are 3 different scenarios. I guess maybe I'll try to do 2. I don't know. I'm doing probably a lot more than I should, but I know it's on your review. Just fast forward the video. Let's just say that. All right, so now you guys, so this is identify, and I want to quickly review that at the end. And this is writing. Okay, so you're going to do an ellipse. We're going to say it's at the origin. Just shouldn't have to tell you, because I'm giving you one vertex, and I'm going to give you the focus, the one that requires some. No, I'm going to give you an easy one. Now, I'm going focus. Negative 3, 0. That says focus. Okay, so when you're doing these are pretty simple for you guys to be able to do. Since it's an ellipse, and I will tell you it's an ellipse, let's go, and it's at the origin. It's x squared plus y squared equals 1. Vertex is the y. So guess what? It's going under the y. So if I said, I did half the problem. Might not work out right because I took 2 problems in one. So if it's a 4, this is, again, your vertex is your A. Maybe I would write that. But go to your Y and put 16. Now, remember, this is your A and this is your B. Focus is my C, so I have to find it. So I'm going to take my focus, which is 3 squared. I get 9 equals my vertex, which is 16 minus, oh, good, it works, B squared. Okay, so minus 16, so you get negative 5, so you get B squared equals 5. Don't go any further because it is B squared. Maybe you write that down so your eyes visually see it. So there you go, and that's that problem. I can do another one actually because I can then do covertex, and the covertex you guys would know is your B value. So if I wrote covertex here, you know this is your B value. Put it wherever it was. Like I'll show you an example. So for example, here real fast, covertex. We all know it's the B value. So that's your X, so that's why it's going here. And then you have to find it again. All right, so that was at the basic origin. Now let's do a shift quickly for ellipse. And then we'll do hyperbola. All right, so you all know with the shift, it's just X. I'll just write it again. It's X minus H squared plus Y minus K squared. It looks the same as your circle. However, remember, let me highlight that. Look what it has to equal. It has to equal 1. And it's either a squared or a b squared. We'll do it like that, or that, or that. Okay? So if I ask you guys to, again, identify the key points, you first need to go back to your origin. So let's do that. Identify. We'll do 2 of these, and then we'll go on to hyperbola. All right, so, my arm hurts. If I do x minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared. Probably shouldn't have done the at the origin, but it's okay. Okay, so remember, you should always go back to the original. So go to it before a shift. So let's rewrite it before we shifted it. I'm so uncomfortable on the floor. X squared 16, y squared 9. There you go. Okay, so key, center, 0, 0. Vertex, well, there you go. That's the larger number, so we know our vertex is 4, 0, negative 4, 0. Covertex, 0, 3, 0, negative 3. Foci, well, remember, your foci follows your vertex. C squared equals 16 minus 9. I messed that up. So C squared is going to equal 7. So C plus or minus 7. Okay, so radical. Positive, negative. Okay, now, just like we did for your parabola. Oh, you guys couldn't see any of that. Sorry. Getting tired. Now we're applying our shift. Okay, so what is the real center? The real center is this. Positive 2, remember opposite? Positive 1. And then come over here and take 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Add it. And then it's easy, you guys. So vertice, adding it, I get 6, 1. I get negative 2, 1. Covertice, 2, 4. 2, oopsie, wow, that was bad. 2, negative 2. And then remember for your foci, 2 plus rad 7, comma 1. And 2 minus rad 7, comma 1. And you should be fine if I ask you to sketch 2, 1, let's say center. Vertices could be 6, 1, make them longer. Covertice would be 2, 4, 2, negative 2. I don't care about your foci. And then you guys sketch your ellipse, well, your ellipse, okay? So that should be fine. Remember, let's jot that note here again one more time. A squared goes under the major axis. So it's where I guess you can, talk about the obliqueness of it, which is why I will also write it's the larger number. Jot things down for yourself. Help yourselves out. All right, I'm doing a lot for ellipse, but I guess ellipse is maybe the major one. All right, maybe I'll just do one video on ellipse and then hyperbola. So, let's see. I'm just going to do one writing an equation. You guys should be able to figure out the rest for this guy, because this one I think is, same thing, but a little bit longer. So let's say we're going to write. Okay, so you are going to be given let's do this one because we did the other one last time. A covertice, 4, 0, and 4, 4. That's how you guys know it's not at the center. And let's do foci. Why? Because the values aren't the same. All right. So, first thing, maybe we can write this. Okay, covertice B, foci is C. So our very first thing for this, I'll keep going in these colors, is we need our center. Remember, the center is your midpoint formula. So midpoint, I don't care which one you guys take. I'll just take this. 4 plus 4, 8 divided by 2, 4. 0 plus 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's my center. So step 1, center. Look, step 2, I'm going to start to write my equation. X minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared always equals 1. And then I have to figure out my values. Okay, well, remember what I told you guys to do? I sketch. You don't want to, you don't have to. I want to find my distance. I got to figure out who's who. Well, first of all, look where your covertice is. Oops. Nope, don't look at that. Oh my God, I'm highlighting everything. Forget it. Let's just sketch it. Covertice is 4, 0. So here's a covertice and 4, 4 covertice. So your covertice is along the y. Okay, so we should be aware of that. So my covertice goes here and my vertex goes here. I also could have looked here. I meant to highlight these guys. The numbers that change. Oh my God. I guess I'm trying to hurry and I'm messing up. Here are those numbers. So you can look there or you graph it and you see they're on the y. My center is 4, 2. So 4, 2, and I'll just choose this one up here, which is 4, 4. All right, this is my b value. What's the distance? Your distance is 2. So b squared is 4. Done. Now, unfortunately, I gave you the foci for this one. So foci is C, which means we have to find our A. Well, let's sketch. Foci, we'll say, is 1, 2. I'll go right here. 1, 2. So this is where you're going. I'll use a different color. So you're going from 1 to 4. So my C value is 3. So I want C squared, so 9 equals A squared. I don't know. Minus. My B squared is 4. And you get A squared equals 13. 13 goes here, and you are done. Okay, so that is your ellipse. Yep, we're just going to continue real fast. Why does this take me so long? I didn't even write that much. All right, let's do hyperbola real quickly because I don't believe the hyperbola. Oh, God, why are there so many worked papers for hyperbola? Okay, hyperbola. Okay, so thing with the hyperbola, again, always equals 1. However, hyperbola is subtraction. Okay, so we should know hyperbola, there's 2 branches. Remember, you guys can have picture, picture. Okay, I can go my hyperbola like this, or I can go my hyperbola like this. Now, careful, what changes for the hyperbola are where the x squared and y squared go. So we can kind of jot ourselves a little note. What did I write? Where, we could say where the branches are, or what starts the equation, or what starts your equation. So in this case, since your branches are on your x, we are going x squared minus y squared equals 1. And then underneath it, well, again, if your vertex is here, which makes sense, that's where your a squared and b squared go, because your a squared and b squared are not changing. Now for this, where is the branches are on? The branches are on the y, so we start with the y squared minus, oh my God. I'm about to write nay, I don't know. Minus x squared equals 1, and again, a squared, b squared. We don't change where your a squared and your b squared go. The things we want to know, obviously, for this are your vertex, and then don't forget your, now, oh yeah. And for this, remember for your focus, it's the opposite. So c squared, since you're starting with a minus, it is a plus. That's how you guys find your focus. And our asymptote is going to be y equals plus or minus. It'll vary whether it's a over bx or b over ax. But I showed you guys that, and we'll kind of take a look. So for example, I probably should have done it over here. I shouldn't have done that. So let's come over here real fast. If you guys know, this is your b, right? Because it's your coverticity. This distance is my a. So your asymptote here is y plus or minus. You're going up b over a. So hopefully you guys remember for this one. So it's b over a. And then coming over here, y equals plus or minus. This is your a. And then here is that b value, which is your coverticity. I'm sorry, it's nothing. It's not called anything. So you go up a over b. So in that case, it's that. But I told you, don't worry about that. You don't need to memorize that part of it. We look at our problems. So for example, thank God we don't have to do these at the origin. I mean, only at the origin. All right, let's do the one that's not in standard form. And then we can write some equations and then hopefully be done because I'm getting tired too. All right, so your key points. All right, so I'm going to give you 25x squared minus 4y squared equals 100. It is subtraction, so it's hyperbola. Again, it must equal 1. So right away, we're going to divide every one by 100. So we have x squared 4 minus y squared 25 equals 1. All right, so for this one, if you wanted to sketch it, we can sketch it, but you're always looking at for who's starting it. So in this case, the x squared is starting. So we should know it's going to be on the x-axis. You can just put negative 2, 2. That's fine. So in this case, my vertices are on the x, so 2, 0, negative 2, 0. Now, the other thing you have to find are your foci. Remember, your foci is c squared equals a squared, so 4, opposite, minus, so plus b squared, which is 25. That's still my b squared. So c is going to be plus or minus rad 29. It's going with your foci. So 29, negative 29. Rad 29, sorry. Now, the other thing we have to make sure we're finding is the asymptote. Okay, so for your asymptote here, we know it's y equals plus or minus. All right, look at your picture. There's really your 5 there. So you're going up 5 over 2. Done. Those are the key points that you're finding for that. All right, so let me just see something. Let me see. Vertex, asymptote. Why did I do so many? Oh, I see. All right, let's do one of each and you guys are done. Wow, I didn't realize this would take so long. Good thing you guys can hit fast forward or fast my speed. Do I sound really fast when you fast my speed? All right, so now let's do writing equations. We're doing 2 and then write on. All right. Write equations. So let's say for this one, I am going to give you guys your focus. So you're doing hyperbola 4, 0, and a vertex is 3, 0. All right. So, what are you guys going to do? So, again, everything's at the origin, so that's good. Still recommend sketching. 3, 0, vertex, foci. So, again, you're still eating it. So, you know it looking like that. It looks like that. So, ask yourself, where is your vertex on? It is on, here we do AC again, the x. So, x squared is starting it. Minus y squared equals 1. Okay, well that's an easy one now because a squared is following it. So if this is 3 for a, then this is 9. That's easy. All right, so now let's find me my b because I have c. So we have c squared, so 16 equals a squared, which is 9 plus minus it, you get b squared equals 7. So there you guys go. That was pretty fast. That was easy, thank God. All right, let's do the last question, which is the other variation I could give you. Okay, let's do vertex is at 0, 6. Yeah. And asymptote, I can do this one, is y equals plus or minus 3 over 4x. Remember, I'm going to start this one. I thought these were a little more challenging. Okay, so without a sketch for this one. Vertex is my A. Look where it is. Vertex is on the y, so guess what? Going y squared minus x squared. You got it, equals 1. Y squared. So 6 squared, 36. Now, here's where you guys define me this. When I give you asymptote, I want you to set it up. 3 over 4 equals, now remember, it's y over x. What's the y value? We know the y value here. Y is 6 over x. Cross multiply, you guys get x equals 8. Oh, sorry. X equals 8. I want x squared. X squared is 64. I'm not doing any more because the video is getting long. Who knows if you'll even watch my video. But again, hopefully that helped you guys out. Again, we all know ellipse is long. Hyperbola is long as well. Again, do what you guys want with it. I'm just rambling on because I'm trying to do 2 things at a time, which I can't do. Anyway, I hope you guys are good with the conics. Now you guys can look at your Khan Academy or your worksheet and do this again advanced. I really hope you guys are looking at the video, know all your key points. All right, you guys, that was your last video. Bye.